Oh. Hey, thanks. Like a rhinestone. Hi. So what are we doing?
Q&A!
No, I know that. There's a method to it now. Hey, can we turn me up a legend? Very good.
I'm gonna.
So you guys submitted your questions.
Yeah.
If your question isn't selected, it is Chevy's fault. She read them all personally and decided which ones were good.
Alright. Start with question number 1. Haley asks, where do you guys find your inspiration for your songs?
Jake, you want to start? First of all, Haley, do you have a last name?
Hanukkah.
That's you? Raise your hand. I just want everybody to get acknowledged when they have a question.
Okay.
Chevy didn't want to end it.
I guess on the music side of things, inspiration can come from anything, from something you're going through personally in life, just how you feel, and I hear music in my head constantly, so I can't ever turn it off. So I just pull things out of my head. If I don't have a guitar with me at the moment, I have an iPhone and I just put voice notes in there, humming riffs or melodies or ideas, and go back to them later. And but yeah, I mean, it just comes from just personally how I'm feeling at that moment when I'm coming up with something, whether it's like sad sounding or angry or happy. Yeah, just life.
Next question.
No, I didn't. You were just really angry at something.
I was just enjoying the answer.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And it's nothing personal, it's just you've never written a Black Hole Bride song, so I'm not really that curious about Why are you booing? Read the fucking liner notes, Jesus Christ. Stating a fact. I gave him a whole goddamn birthday.
And I can't moonwalk!
Naked moonwalk? Oh, no, you already did it. You did it too.
No, I can't.
Oh, you can't. You did a good job.
Thanks, Andy.
Alright, our next question is from Ashley Jenneman.
Hi. Just front row. Just picking front row.
What is your guys' favorite music video that you've done?
We can all answer this. Lawn dog, what do you got?
Man. Leaders is cool, but I think my favorite's Torch, actually. I really like the whole graveyard thing we did, and how we had those matching red suits together. I felt like we all looked like really cool and unique in that video. And having those suits kind of, I don't know, just reminded me maybe of the Beatles thing, who I'm a big fan of. And the sun set at the perfect moment in one of the shots. Really love that video.
You know what's interesting about that? First of all, I directed the video, so thank you. Second, it's interesting that you like that because there's so many. So we filmed it at that graveyard, and in fact, the building that's behind us when we were performing was in the the first funeral scene in the first Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh, cool. And there's a lot, through all of the series of those videos, there's a lot of Nightmare on Elm Street references, like Blackbird scrapes the stuff in the boiler room and all that. So it's interesting, because I would presume you've never seen a Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
No, I haven't.
Yes. I just love that you love that one. It's nice. All right, what you got to do?
My favorite is definitely Bleeders. I just think the production on the video is the best thing we've ever had, and I absolutely love the song. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
Can I? Because I also agree, Bleeders is I think our best video. But from a personal favorite, it was doing the trilogy of Scarlet Cross, Fields of Bone, and Torch, because it was just so fun to make all the costumes and all that stuff. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
I definitely think Leaders is the best video I've ever put out.
But then also a personal favorite of mine I have, it's kind of emotional for me, was Saber 2, because you know, just there was a lot I was going through at the time. I lost my stepdad, and there was a lot when I wrote the music to that song that I was dealing with, and I felt like there were a lot of elements in it that we added that, you know, were very representative.
Real shit.
Very emotional.
My favorite's probably Born Again because everybody looks so scary. And
Hey, actually, that's my favorite Lonnie video.
that's why, because Lonnie was terrified. And I was
Because
like,
watching,
hold on,
I wish I could show you guys. So there were, if you've ever seen the Born Again video, there were all the like zombies and crazy like monsters in it. And watching him sit on a couch in like a regularly lit room while we're filming it, like having lunch with a zombie, was one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was freaky. I'm a big softie, you know. People always ask me my favorite horror movie. I always answer, it's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
See, we stepped on your answer.
Yeah. I was terrified when we filmed that video, but it looks great, so it was worth it.
Brian asks, which band or artist would you like to see live and or meet?
Anybody named Brian? Brian fucking asked the question and left? Okay, alright, there we go.
Dead or alive?
Yeah, okay. What was I wasn't listening because I was just thinking about the name Brian. And then, do you want to know what happened? Brian. Then I started thinking about Brian's song. Then I thought I'd make a Brian song reference. Then I figured absolutely no one in the audience would know what Brian's
Jimmy
song
Kahn!
reference. So,
Gail Sayers. Jimmy
Gail Sayers, thank you. So I could have done
From Omaha.
And then I moved on to Family Guy, but I thought, people don't really talk about Family Guy anymore. And then I had no idea what the question was to start. So, what was it, Gail Sayers? What's my favorite sad football movie? Was that the question? It would be Rudy, in case you were curious.
Which band or artist would you like to meet
That's wildly different than what I thought it was.
or see live, and they can be dead or alive?
We have to see them dead?
Hologram.
So what corpse artist would we like to watch?
Which artist would you like to see live? They may
Two questions. Alright, what's your favorite artist and what's your least favorite artist? Because it's which artist would you like to see alive and which artist would you like to see dead?
Give me your music shit.
Lawn Dog, go ahead.
I always had a lifelong dream to see Clownvis. It happened tonight, so I'm happy.
And you don't want him dead?
No.
Okay. Jake?
I mean, I've seen them before, but I've never met them. Metallica was my favorite band growing up. So meet those guys. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. Okay, the band that I'd most like to see alive is my favorite band of all time, the Alkaline Trio. And I've gotten to work with Matt a lot over the years, and hopefully we get to tour with them or something in the future. Another band that was really important to me when I was a kid was AFI, so I'd like to see them. There's a lot of bands that I would prefer be dead, but I won't mention them specifically. But they all deserve it.
As far as alive, I have to go with Jake. Metallica, I've seen them live many times. They were the first band I ever actually saw live when I was like 10 years old. But never met them, which is we played with them and all that. As far as dead artists, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
He's real dead. Super dead. Super dead. Just as dead as anything's ever been.
For me, I'd like to see a zombie Michael Jackson so I could see the
How did that get such a big audience response? Oh, we all love zombie Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I'll probably be canceled for saying that, but and alive, an artist named Nothing Nowhere. He's pretty sick. I really love his music. So I'm going to check it out.
What? I literally couldn't hear you.
Zombie Michael Jackson.
Please, hold on. I know you love him.
And then Alive is Nothing Nowhere. It's like a big fan of
Okay. I know one of those.
his. Yeah.
What's next?
Emmy from Texas.
All front row, just constant front row.
I'll work on it. Asks if you could be a villain, who would you be?
Lawn dog.
I guess I would be the Great Pumpkin. He never shows up, so he's the villain of that movie.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're not going to get anything better on him.
I think I'd have to go with the Joker from Batman.
There was a guy when we first started, and this is when I'm talking like I'm a teenager, and I'm not going to say his name. Fuck! I'm not going to say his name, but it was Terry. And he was a local guy in Cincinnati, and he was a music manager, and he used to manage local bands, and he once sat me and my dad down at a venue and said to my dad, just so you know, your kid doesn't have it. And, okay. But I recently found out that Terry now drives for Domino's, and hey, things have turned around for him. And no offense to Domino's, in fact, you know, it's a good place to get a lot of pizza. And so, in a way, Terry is sort of my villain. And so I just wanted to talk shit on, like, I don't want to be him. I just wanted to on, like, I just found out about the Domino's thing, so I just wanted to tell a couple hundred people about that guy.
Well, damn it, Jake took mine. I was gonna say Joker, but you know, that's all right.
You can be him too.
I'll be him too now.
You didn't want that. Okay.
No. Has anyone seen the Penguin that just came out? It's really good. I don't want to be the Penguin, but I think it's really good. I just want to ask.
Ah, shit! I was gonna say the Joker because I'm really excited. But that new one coming up, and I'm going way left field. Cocaine Bear, man. Oh, Cocaine Bear?
She is not a villain.
She? It's a she?
Did you even see the movie?
Man, I was probably hammered. I don't know. Going on a rampage.
It's just a bear that they gave cocaine to. That's not
Innocent
villainous.
bystander.
Well, it's villainous on the person, but hey, let me ask you a question. You're a regular CC, and we pack you to capacity with cocaine. And then you lose your fucking mind. Is it your fault or my fault?
Well, if I'm an animal, I mean, the bear didn't know, but as a human, I would know not to do copious amounts.
No, you have no choice. I just come up to you, and I go, open up, baby. Here you go.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys think this is how this was going to go? Did you think it was going to be us pontificating about how hard it is to write songs and some bullshit? Instead of talking about packing our drummer to capacity with cocaine? Yeah. All
Next
right.
question.
All right.
Bailey Powell.
Front row, probably. Anybody?
Oh, back there!
Hey, we got a back row.
Holy shit! Hi, Bailey.
Said I did better. She asks, for everyone, band or theater kid in high school?
Blonde dog?
I was a band kid. I took every band class I could. Total band geek right here.
Yeah, I was a bad kid too.
I was kicked out of the jazz music department. I was kicked out of the vocal music department. I was kicked out of the musical theater department. I was not kicked out of the drama department.
I was orchestra.
Wait, I don't know, but just that is a sentence without context.
Yeah, I was the orchestra. No,
It's like what's on Andy Kaufman on Taxi. Like it just sounds like something he would exclaim. I was orchestra.
Anyway, I was neither band nor theater. Although I did do Fiddler on the Roof 1 year.
I was in marching band, so I'm a band.
Did you guys know that Cece was in the Nick Cannon movie Drumline? He has
True.
he has a fucking Don't watch, he's not in the fucking movie. No. You can't trust me, I'm just lying. He's not.
Next question, Lindsay Rippy
Fucking. That is a cool ass name, and you didn't even want to do the Q and A.
asks, what musical artist is in your listening rotation that no one would expect of you?
I can't wait to hear Lonnie's, because the bar is so low. That's not a joke, like that's literally...
No, I love that stuff. I love the pop stuff. Hannah Montana, you know. Instead of Miley Cyrus, but...
You only like her fictionalized character.
Yeah, I love all that stuff, you know. Katy Perry, Taylor Swift, that whole deal.
I do have to agree with you on Katy Perry. I'm a Katy Perry.
Judd Judd? Does anybody know what Judd Judd is? Okay, it's two dudes in the 90s that made metalcore records with their mouths. So the whole record is Judd 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 Judd. So nobody would expect me to listen to Judd Judd.
Brandy Carlisle. Yeah, no, I think she's a great songwriter. My wife and I saw her live in Santa Barbara, and it was a great show. She had great musicians play with her. Very impressed. Oh yeah.
What about you?
I'm gonna go with Kim Petras. Huge fan.
I know so little about what was said. Yeah, but you didn't fucking have Judd Judd, so they have 273 monthly listeners on Spotify. Of course, I'm all of it. I use 273 devices a month to keep it worth their while, to keep it up on streaming.
Our next question is from Lisa, with no last name. Just a Lisa.
How many Lisas we got? Back there? The singular Lisa.
Asks, what is one place you have not performed at that you would love to have a show?
That guy's mom's house. What about you, Lon?
You know, I heard recently that Metallica was the first band to ever play in Antarctica. And maybe we can be the second. That'd be pretty cool.
He's so innocent.
All right.
Yeah, you have fun doing that.
A Lonnie solo show in Antarctica.
I have no idea. We played.
Red Rocks if you're a Queen show.
Yes, Red Rocks.
Yes. We were fucking there. You can blame a guy named Bobo for that. Yeah, we were there. Our gear wasn't. Actually, you know what's sad? As we were leaving, the gear pulled up. It was really depressing.
I did feel really bad about this.
Yeah, it was. Okay, not a Red Rock. What do you got?
Hawaii. I've actually never been there in my entire life, and
Yeah.
my wife and I in London are going there after this tour. So, but I'd love to play there just because. I mean, who knows? Maybe the shows suck, but you know.
I would definitely do it.
I'm gonna go with the moon. Fuck it. First band on the moon. Like a giant BVB flag on that bitch.
All right, so we got the moon, Hawaii, your mom's house, Where'd you say? Red Rocks. And
South Pole, Antarctica.
all right. What's that?
Calandra
Landra, where you at? Front row.
asks, what songs did you think would do better than they did, and what songs did better than expected?
Well, I mean, it's always different because what happens on a record cycle is not really determined by us. A lot of it also comes down to where are we at in our career in terms of people's interest, or, you know, there's no way to really prejudge what's going to work or what isn't. You write certain songs that you feel really confident about, and when they connect, like with Bleeders, we felt like, okay, this is a song that's going to work on a level that people hopefully will connect with it. We were willing to invest in making such an exorbitant music video and everything. But there's other times where songs maybe don't have the backing from a label, or, you know, they're on record. That, like, there's a song for me personally. I think When They Call My Name is one of the better. I mean, I genuinely think it's one of the better hard rock ballad songs of the last 15 years. And I know it's our song, but I think it's a fucking awesome song. But it was on a record that the fan base traditionally, at least now there's an audience for it, but at the time did not love. And the label was kind of not pushing it, and the band was kind of at a band place. So it was never going to get much love. But in other instances, you know, a song like Fallen Angels, which people love, we as a band probably didn't feel that way about it. Now, obviously, there's a connection with it with the audience, but I don't think any of us were like, this is our song when it came together.
Well, that's fine. Mr. Brightside Boy.
Is that your government name? Okay, Mr. Brightside Boy.
Will y'all be doing any more Sweeney Todd and more horror-based media?
No more Sweeney Todd stuff. Well, I mean, not no more, but the record will have other. The record itself will be separate vignette stories, like the Sweeney Todd one. So there'll be other horror-oriented things. That's a tough fucking word, and series of words to say. Horror-oriented. Arnold Palmer. So yes, there will be a lot of Arnold Palmer songs and horror-oriented stuff.
Next question is from Savannah. No last name.
Georgia?
Hello. Way back.
Hi.
Savannah asks, what is the most interesting thing you've seen on tour?
Bonnie. By the way, that could be my answer. He blows our mind every day. There's things we cannot tell you that blow our mind every day.
I guess I like seeing all the really old churches when we're in Europe. That really fascinates me. I don't know, something about how generations of people have been attending masses in there for thousands of years, and we can enjoy it today the same way that people did back then, before electricity or before recorded music or anything that we take for granted today. I just think that's so cool to me.
Are we talking about any tour or this tour?
Let's say any tour.
Yeah, probably when we do have a moment to go out and sightsee, and Europe is pretty cool for that. Like getting to go to Paris and see the Eiffel Tower, or Barcelona, Spain. We had a day off and got to go explore, and it's just really cool to see all the old cathedrals and stuff like that.
So I've been sober for a long time, and let me tell you about a time that I wasn't. So I did something that in the old days is sometimes referred to as entering the spirit world. Now, don't applaud yet. That's a swift combination of a fifth of whiskey, cocaine, and weed all at the same time. Now, I don't do well with weed, I vomit a lot, but I was willing to get through it to get into the spirit world at the time. I'm not advocating for this, but I was in a weird state, right? I couldn't move, and I was just staring. We were in Portland. I was just staring out the bus window, unable to move. And walking by me was a little person and a very tall man. And they were wearing identical white tuxedos and white gloves, and they were holding hands. And it blew my fucking mind. And that's the most interesting thing I've ever seen on tour.
Wow, I've got to follow that. Holy shit. Okay, well, this is, I mean, I love history. I love, you know, like, any chance we get to go sightsee or we're near a battlefield or something, I'll go check it out. But one thing that was really cool I got to do recently was the other day in Chicago. I stayed behind, everyone went to Tennessee. But my brother came and visited, my brother and my sister-in-law, and I spent the day with him sightseeing in Chicago. And one thing I really wanted to do is, I love genealogy as well, and my great-great-great-grandfather, who was in the Civil War, after the war, like moved to Chicago, had these buildings built that are still there, and they're these like 3-story flats, and they're awesome. And there's like businesses in the first floor. And one of the businesses, in fact, in the parlor where my great-great-grandparents got married in 1888 is now like a psychic astrology business. And I was like, let's go get a reading, so we can sit in the parlor. And it was fucking wild just to like be there and just, you know, the vibes and, you know, like whatever. You can take it with a grain of salt, but it was really awesome and it was a cool experience. So,
I was touring before this band, so this story kind of still blows my mind to this day. I was touring with a band called It Dies Today. We were in a dressing room, and this particular every venue says that it's haunted. How many venues, right? So
Every venue.
every single
Because
venue.
just so you guys know, when we go to every venue, they're like, "Did you know it's haunted?" We know that already. Every venue is haunted.
Yeah, so you're like, yeah, bullshit, whatever. So the drummer and I were in the dressing room, we're talking about it. He goes, dude, I won't go in there by myself. Last time I looked up, there was this whole like square of the ceiling that leads to the attic. And I go, why? He goes, last time I was warming up, I was by myself and I saw a little girl like looking at me in the dark. And as soon as I saw her, she backed up. And I'm like, all right, I heard that this place was haunted or a girl got murdered there, kidnapped, I don't know, something crazy. I'm
What
like,
the fuck? I don't know this story.
No, it's honest to God, on my life, a true story. So back then, again, don't smoke, but I went outside, whatever, I'm like, this is freaking out. I went outside for a cigarette, smoked back then. I come back in the venue, and there's a brick, it was a brick wall pushed out, and it wasn't there like 8 minutes prior. Nobody was back there, and inside of the wall was a little girl's dress, I shit you not. And the brick was on the floor, and I was like, what the fuck? And to this day, nobody was messing with me, no one was playing a prank. I don't know what the hell was going on, and it still like gives me the creeps, but that was one of the most interesting things I've ever seen.
Boo!
Yeah.
I'm all freaked out.
Sorry, Lonnie.
Next question is from Jillian with an exclamation point.
Oh yeah, Lonnie, you're not gonna sleep again for the rest of your life.
Jillian asks, CC teased a veil tour with Black Veil Brides and Pierce the Veil. Would you guys ever consider this?
Yeah, I mean, look, like, sure. You go ahead, Cease. You you planted this out there.
All right, so one of my good buddies, Mark, is at Veil of Maya. We know the Pierce the Veil guys, and we were joking, and I ended up at a show. Mark was there, he was performing with, I don't know, some band, and then Pierce the Veil was a headliner. So I showed up at that show, and I posted a photo. I was like, how many veils could be fit in one photo? So it was Pierce the Veil, Black Veil Brides, Veil of Maya, and we were like, I was like, oh, maybe a tour? There was no serious talks about this tour. We joked about it. Everybody said they'd be down, so write to your council.
Write to your congressman. See what your congressman says.
This is another question from Emmy from Texas.
You got two? All right. So you were kind of rigging the system.
Asks, can we get another season of Average Joe with everyone?
Yeah, absolutely. That would be fun. Simple, easy, yeah. But it takes time. Joe's a school teacher now, so that's, he can't pretend to have sex with ladies on YouTube. What would Lonnie's name be? You don't even fucking remember what Jinx's name was. We tried to talk about this the other day, we can't remember what the fuck, Cedric or something? I don't know.
I don't think I even had a name. I was just a violin player.
No, you did.
Did I?
He did.
No.
Hannah exclaims a name in that in the 7-ish episode. Yeah.
Nobody does.
So, please watch it, yeah. Okay, good. Thank you.
Next question is from Maeve. Mav, sorry.
Hi, man.
Asks, what brings you the most joy?
Lonnie.
Is that your answer?
Oh yeah, no, that too, but
I guess it could be a number of things, depending on how I'm feeling. I love being on tour, I love playing shows, I love being in music videos and, listening to the records and all that stuff. I guess on a more personal level, I like going for dinner with my wife, hanging out with her, doing things at home, taking my puppy for walks, I don't know, things like that.
You also bring us joy.
Yeah, for me, it's like three main things. My family at home, my pets, and making music.
yeah, really the only thing that matters to me in my life, beyond anything else, is my wife. That's the number one thing. There's not really anybody, I'm kind of a weird person, and we have a brotherhood and love each other and get along and have a great relationship, but, there's never been a person in my life who I feel understands me to that level, and we just fucking laugh about everything and have the greatest time of the day. We have 2 cats that we love, and I literally said yesterday if there was a wizard who would come and say, if you eat your cat's shit, they'll live forever, I would eat their shit in a heartbeat. So, that's it.
Yeah, well, my wife and my son, I can't wait to see them on Thursday. I'm actually really homesick. I miss my little guy, and so I feel like I miss out on a lot when I'm on tour. When I'm not there every day, being daddy. So yeah, they bring me the most joy.
Much like everybody else, my wife, my pets, we could do, like Andy said with his wife, my wife and myself could do nothing on the couch and have the best time ever. And, I have to thank you guys because without touring, I would have never met her at a dinner one time. And, so thank you guys for all that. And, it's just nice to be able to go home in between tours and recharge the batteries.
This one's from T-Bar.
Fucking T-Bar?
T-Bar.
Alright, okay, quick story, this is not funny. It might be funny. If you're only gonna laugh as a sympathy laugh, it's not really funny. So, our doctor's name is Sean, there he is. My throat was hurting and I asked Chevy if there was any tea in the venue, and she said there's a tea bar, as in there's a bar of tea, and I thought, Yanni and I immediately went, fucking T-Bar. And then that then became his name because doesn't he look like a T-Bar? Like he runs like a gang or something? Like he gets T-Bar gets 10%? Alright, anyway, that's why T-Bar.
Oh, well, he asked, who is your favorite photographer and why is it T-Bar?
Oh, very good. Thanks, T-Bar. It was T-Bar. And the guy standing right there, you got it.
I'm so sorry when I butcher your name. Allison Domanico?
Yeah, that's me. You got it right, Chevy.
Nice. Okay, cool. From Colorado.
Yes.
What is your inspiration or creative direction for album number 7? Yes, love you guys.
To be fucking awesome. That's it. We're gonna beat the shit out of you with the music. Music beating. That's rough. Gonna beat you off with the music? No, that's not good. We're gonna beat off to the music? No. We're gonna make a great record. How about that?
Next question is from Eric Miller.
Eric, where are you? Hey, what's up?
He asks, why did you guys switch to metalcore? Or to more metalcore?
I don't fucking know. We just make stuff. The genres are so hard to keep up with. When we first started, we didn't sound like any of our contemporaries at all, and yet we were classified with all of them. And then as we continued on, we were suddenly this or that type of genre. And if you look at our Wikipedia, we're 75 different genres. Maybe we belong to 10% of them, but I think a lot of it just comes down to as we've grown, you know, the sound that we gravitate towards is maybe that more heavy sound, and it allows for us to kind of do more as a band. When you've got, you know, for me it's one thing because I'm by far and away the least talented person in this band. So I can world build and write lyrics and all that stuff, but when you have people in a band that are as talented as this, it would be a real shame to not show all of that crazy shit that they can do. So I think for us to have the opportunity to, you know, look, but I'll say this, like, and you can quote me on this anywhere. There's not a single other fucking band in this scene or any other scene that could do the My Friends cover and have all the fucking orchestration be real and have it sound like that and then have it go into a metalcore ending. These guys are unbelievable and incredibly underrated in the scene. So they're gonna show all the other people what they can do with all their music. And also Lonnie will be there too.
This next question is from Kat.
My daughter.
Or a cat.
It's my daughter.
Oh, okay.
Asks, what is your creative process like for your concept albums, and how does that work with your style of collaboration?
Well, you know, as far as the world building element, it starts with, for me, it always is like I just have an idea, right? So whatever I do, let's say Phantom Tomorrow. I'm sitting there one day, and then I think of this title, this character, this stuff, and then I just start drawing. And they're not good drawings. I just start drawing and sketching costumes and what does this town look like and what is this thing, and then when I feel like I have a fully realized thing, then I'll approach everybody and go, look, this is the way that I want to take this from a lyrical world building perspective. And then a lot of times it doesn't even necessarily have to initially start with, you know, Jake or Jinx needing to be a part of that, you know, element, because they're writing music that is going to sound inherently, because they're writing those musical pieces like us. So then it becomes a little bit of a puzzle piece of figuring out, well, what sounds the most like something that we need here or something we need here. That's more how we did Phantom Tomorrow. When it came to Wretched and Divine, it was a lot of writing every day, and it was, well, we need a song that represents this sort of part of the story or whatever else. So it's always different, but you know, Bleeders is an example where Bleeders existed in totality with an entirely different set of lyrics and title, and I tracked it actually before it ever became the Sweeney Todd stuff. The song was a whole different idea. I mean, the idea was similar, but I didn't realize how close it was to that story and how the revenge idea could really be leaned into. So that was something where the world building came much later and was sort of built into the song after the fact. And then, okay, well now we're gonna, you know, I think I said to you, like, let's make it even crazier or whatever, you know, because we had that element. But you know, it's always different when you're doing something like Wretched Divine, and then you've got Jinx making all these in-between orchestral pieces and the overtures and everything. Like, you have to really all be on the same page because there's so much work that goes into it.
And they're beautiful.
Agreed. Wait till you hear the next one.
Next question is from Kira Osborne.
Front row.
Asks, everyone's first favorite band as kids.
Backstreet Boys. He's so him, I love it. It's just, he's so authentic.
Oh my god.
You'd probably think Metallica is like the first band I listened to. It's not the first band I listened to, but I think like the first thing that I heard that had like guitar in it that was kind of cool was No Doubt.
It's well documented that Kiss was my like entryway.
I mean, the first band I really got into was Metallica, but before that, what really got me playing guitar was Randy Rhoads, who played with Ozzy. Tragically died in a plane crash. But yeah, I had the tribute album when I was really little, and that's how I learned how to start when I started playing guitar.
For me, it was Green Day. I was learning how to play drums when Dookie came out, and I was like practicing all the fills and stuff, and beating my dad's dashboard in his car with drumsticks, and so Green Day for me.
Next question is from Brian.
Same right?
I don't know. A lot of people are leaving.
Oh, there he is.
What does the band like to do in their spare time? I feel like I gotta answer that now.
Well, not like hobbies. Go with a hobby.
We've actually got an Xbox on the tour bus right now, and Andy kicked my ass in Madden the other day. So that's what we've been doing.
Well, no, I think did I kick your ass in Madden?
Oh, no, it was college football.
NCAA, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was at both.
You have kicked my ass in
It's not that much fun for like everybody to play me, so I don't get to play a lot.
It's not fun. For me, I'm a Call of Duty guy, so I got some free time. I'll jump on Warzone or something if I can, if the internet works. So, yeah.
I buy action figures. I have a room full of toys in my house. I have hundreds of action figures and statues and costume pieces in a room that I go and look at. And I buy lights so I can light it properly. When I walk in there and I just smile at it and then I shut the door.
I collect Civil War memorabilia, so I have like my garage. I guess not very lot of people like that. Yeah, I'm total nerd for history, and I've got my garage is all full of display cases and muskets. Yeah, so.
On tour, my favorite thing to do is sleep. So sleep while I'm on tour. Off of tour,
The king of naps.
yeah, I'm just always napping.
I think we found that you were by far the most relatable because people really love every one of your answers.
sleep, fuck yeah! But off tour, my new
You say
hobby.
off tour?
Off tour. When I'm not on tour, my hobbies with my wife are now building giant Lego pieces and also painting pottery. Yeah, we go to this shop called As You Wish, and we paint pottery and do all this weird shit, and they make it, and then
Surprised me. That's
yeah,
Yeah.
it comes
We
out
didn't
like
know
wow.
about the Lady Ghost. We didn't know about
Yeah,
the
that it always comes out better than you anticipate.
So Brian's question was actually our last question.
Oh, okay.
But I have a question I just thought of.
Okay.
Obviously, you all are very individually talented
Okay.
musically.
Thank you.
If
You
it was-
also work for us, so I don't know that.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
If it was not music, what occupation or field of work would you be interested in pursuing?
Mondo?
Children's story.
And I always tell people like to be a musician, it takes so much focus and so much. It's such a part of you as a person. So I think to do it and to do it properly, you have to be the kind of person who can never see yourself doing anything else. And I think that's probably true for all of us.
Yep, 100%. I never had a plan B, and so I have no idea. I guess I'd be homeless.
So you would like to be homeless as the other one?
Well, if I wasn't successful with music, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, inclusive of that, I think it's just that this has provided a lot of opportunities because of the music for me to do other stuff. We all have gotten to do other stuff. So, I've written comics. I love really doing that. I do the podcast. I got to do sports talk radio for years for the Bengals, which was really great. So any of that kind of stuff. But this is always number one.
Yeah, same. This is number one. Like Jake said, I didn't have a plan B. It was like I got to make it in the music industry, or that's it, But one thing I have taken an interest in, and I realize it's a really hard industry to get into, is making films. And I'm starting to kind of get into it a little bit. But we'll see.
If I wasn't doing music, something to do with animals, like a zoologist or something. During the pandemic, I was taming like 18 wild raccoons, skunks, possums, on Instagram, and bringing them in the house, and I don't know, just having fun with a lot of animals and treating them well. And they, if they're nice enough, they treat me well back. So, I guess we're in an animal sanctuary or something like that.
Well, we end all these with Cece talking about an animal sanctuary, so thank you so much for coming, guys. We appreciate it. This is